grab our 2 light weights. Hi Lee. Welcome, grab 2 light weights. And other person's not coming, so it's just the 3 of us. So we're going to come to our strong set position. Light weights in the hands, roll the shoulders up, back and down, lift up through the chest, and then come into a hip hinge. So bringing the weights down to the knees and coming back up again. So nice and slow. Weights move along the tops of the thighs, stop at the knees and come back up again. So squeezing those glutes at the top. Lovely, and keeping that chest nice and high. Good. Down to the knees, nice and slow, and back up again. And one more time. Down to the knees, and back up. And we can go a little faster. So down for 2, and up for 2. And there's a lovely wedgie. And back up again. Supervising as usual. Down for 2 and up for 2. So keeping that chest nice and high. We don't want to be collapsing through the body. We're consciously sending the hips back. Keeping the back straight. Lovely, like we're sitting back. Good. And back up again. Down and back up. Let's come into a dead row. So come down to the knees and then pull the elbows back against the ribs. Back down to the knees again and standing up. And we'll do that again. Down to the knees. Pulling back. Down to the knees and back up. Squeezing those glutes. Lovely, coming down, squeezing the shoulder blades together, coming down and standing up, and down, pull back, lower and stand. We'll do 4 more of those, really pulling the elbows back, good, making sure that as the weights come down, we resist them on the way down, good, 2 more. Hinging, pulling back, lowering and standing. 1 more. Hinging, pulling, lowering and standing. So returning to that strong set position, rolling those shoulders up, back and down for an upright row. So lifting and lowering. Keeping those weights nice and close to the body. Keeping the elbows high and wide. And pulling straight up out of the ground and straight back down again. Good. Lovely. So again, this is for the upper back and the shoulders. High and wide with those elbows. Penny, so it's like you've got strings around the elbows and they're lifting. That's it. Good. Lifting and lowering. 2 more. Good. And now we're going to do a combination move. So it's a deadlift, down to the knees, and back up, and an upright row. Good. Down to the knees, hinging, standing, and lift, and down. Good. You got it. Lovely. So working the hips, working the shoulders, all at once. Hips, shoulders. Let's do 2 more of those. Heart rate up a little bit. Good. Nice. And you resist the weights on the way down. Beautiful. I'm just going to change weights because I've got slightly heavier ones here now. With your 2 light weights, we're going to do the fronts of the shoulders. So rolling those shoulders up, back and down here. Engage your core and single arm out to the front. Alternate, so swapping over to the other side. Good. Lifting and lowering and lift and lower. So weight comes up to shoulder height, arm is straight, body stays still. Good. 2 more. Lovely, and now double arm. So keeping the arms straight, they don't bend at the elbow, they lift and they lower. Now the body's going to want to sway here. So this is where we can engage that core to keep the body nice and stable, nice and still. Good, while the shoulders do all the work. Lovely, 2 more. Good. And now we're going to go out to the side. So remember, light weights here. Alternating. So to shoulder height again, but this time using the side delt. Shoulders stay nice and even to the ground. We lift, we lower, and we resist that weight as it comes down. Good. Lovely. 2 more, then we can go double armed. So both arms now, keeping that body stable with the core, and back down again. Good. Lifting and back down. Good. Nice one. The shoulders, the superficial muscles of the shoulders, the delts, the deltoids. We've worked the front once, we're working the side once, and now we can work the back ones. Excuse me. So we can hinge from the hips, bring the arms out to the side and come back down again. So just take care that the arms don't go to the back, just like they went out to the side, they go out to the side. And then they come back down again to the side. Good. So hips back, arms out at the same time. So we're getting the benefit of a hip hinge here, but we also have to get into that angle in order to hit those rear delts. Good. 4 more just like that. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Good. Body working together. Lovely. Last one. Gorgeous. Lovely. Okay, so that's the warm up and the shoulders done. Let's grab a heavy-ish weight, as heavy as you can, for the hip bridges. Heavy-ish, as heavy as you can comfortably put between your hips. And remember that safe handling of weight, so you want to be getting down to the ground, holding it close to you and get it set up safely. So chin is tucked, but head is down on the floor, hands are on the weight, feet close to hips. And we're going to bring the hips up slowly and then bring them back down again. So up, 2, 3 and 4, and down, 2, 3, 4. Up, up, up and up, and down, down, down and down. So stay at that pace. Good, nice and slow. Think about pushing your feet down into the floor, lifting those hips up. You can squeeze the glutes before you lift them up as well. And think about those hips coming up evenly, because they will want to wiggle around. Lovely. 1 more at that pace, so nice and slow, and let's add a little bit of speed. So up for 2 and down for 2. Good. A little pause at the top so you know you're at the top, and then back down again. Lots of repetitions here. Good. And now you're going to start to feel that burn in the bum, which is good. And if you're not feeling a burn, you might need to go a little bit heavier. And down. Good. And down. 2 more like that. And down. Lovely. Let's go up to the top. Hold it there. And then come down slowly. Lovely. Up to the top. Hold it there. Down slow. And again, up and hold. Down slow. Up and hold. Down slow. 2 more like that. Up and hold. Down slow. Up and hold, and down slow. Let's go up slow now. So up, 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 and down for 1. Up, 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 and down for 1. Oof, bit of a burn here. And down, good. Up, 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 and down. 2 more. Up, 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 and down. Last one. Up, 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 and down. Let the hips have a little rest. Bring that weight in both hands up above you, pointing to the ceiling. And let's do our tricep extensions. Bending at the elbows, bringing the weight down to the forehead, keeping the wrists neutral as we bring the arms back up. Nice and slow to start off with. Getting a sense of what that weight feels like. Keeping the elbows tucked tight and the upper arm pointing to the ceiling. Good. 2 more at that pace, so nice and slow. And back up. Nice and slow. And back up. Lovely. 2 and 2, so come down for 2 and up for 2. A little bit faster, making sure we're in control here, particularly if that is a fairly heavy weight, because we don't want it to hit the face. It's aiming down towards the forehead. 2 more. Lovely. Last one. Nice. Now stop here with the weights above you, and we're going to engage those glutes again. Bring the hips up and hold them there for the next set of tricep extensions. So starting slow, down slow and up slow. 1 more, nice and slow, and up, and then back to that 2 and 2. So down and up and up. Keep pushing into those feet, don't let those hips come down. Got them locked in. You can use the core here as well, the core can help. So driving those hips up towards the ceiling, keeping that body nice and stable. 2 more, down and down, up and up. Last one, up and up. Lovely, and then bring the hips down to the floor and bring the weight down to the belly, elbows to ribs. Good, let's reverse that. So tricep press, hips up, weights up, and then hips down and weights down. So big push out of the floor and back down again. Good, so big push, up and down slow. Big push up, down slow. Good. 4 more like that. Big push, down slow, up, down slow. 2 more. Up and down slow. Last one. Up and down slow. Beautiful. Bring the weight down to your belly and roll yourself up. We're going to swap weights now, so we're going to do some chest. So I want 2 medium weights for chest flies. So lying on our backs, and again safe handling of weights here coming down. So you're keeping those weights close to you. Setting up with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor, and chin tucked, shoulders grounded. Weights above you. Then open the arms out. Long arms, go as wide as they can without touching the floor, and then they come back up again. This is our chest fly. So opening slowly and closing slowly. Now with this one we're stretching through the front of the body, in particular the chest, so that upper part. But I want you to think about pulling your lower ribs down towards the floor as well, and then slightly pulling your ribs towards your hips so that that core is engaged. So then we've got the extra support here. It isn't just the arms. Having that core braced keeps you safe, not just here, but in life as well. You've got that added insurance of brakes to make sure you can stop if you need to. Good. And giving you a bit more core here, just gives you a bit more control. Lovely. Let's go a little faster. Opening for 2 and closing for 2. Good. Open, open, close and close. Good. Remember, those arms are at the same height as the shoulders. They're just going straight out and up and up. Good. 2 more. Lovely. That's 1. And that's another 1. Lovely. Then stop with the weights above you. So now we're really going to engage that core. Everything we did before, lower ribs to the floor, ribs to hips, but now you can bring your feet up off the floor. So you've got this 90-degree angle in the knees. Nice. Now let's go back to that 2 and 2 tempo. So opening for 2 and closing for 2. So feet up here is optional. If it starts to hurt in your lower back, if it's your core starts to get fatigued, you can bring those feet down. Try and take a little break and then come back up again, because this is an opportunity to use your core, and it's a very good opportunity to take. You don't want to miss these opportunities. Good. 2 more. Open for 2, close for 2, opening and closing. Lovely. So stop here with the weights above you. We're now going to just focus on the core while the chest gets a little rest. So tapping one foot and tapping the other foot down to the floor, trying to maintain that 90-degree angle in the knees. Again, think about those lower ribs down towards the floor. Think about pulling the front of the body, the ribs towards the hips. Good. Nice and slow and controlled. And 2 more, so that's 1. And that's 2. Lovely. Then bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to do 1 more set of chest flies, this time with the core a little bit less on. So we're going to open fast and then close slowly. So 1 and 3 tempo. So big open here and stop and then close slowly. Good. Open and stop, close slow, open and stop, and close slow, and we do 4 more of those. So open and stop, and close slow. Good. Big inhale as we open, and we can exhale as we close slow. Good. 2 more. Open and close. Open and slow close. Actually, let's do 1 more now. Open and close. Lovely. Back to the core, but this time the upper abs. Just gonna shuffle down like a slug here so I've got enough space above me. So feet come up off the floor again. We're back at 90 degrees, but now those feet are gonna stay where they are. Now it's the arms turns. So 1 arm up above the head. It returns, other arm up, and it returns. So here we want to focus on precision. Now think less about range. You don't have to go up super high. You just want to come back to that place where the other arm is. You want to keep that control here. Try and keep your shins parallel to the ground. Good. Think about those lower ribs down. Really engaging that lower core. That's where the stability comes from while we're working these upper abs. 1 more time on each arm. Lovely. Oh, well done. Bring the weights to the belly. Roll yourselves up. And now we're going to just take 1 of these medium dumbbells back down with us. A little bit more core before we come up to standing. So we're on our backs again. I'm going to put everything we've done together. So arms up, feet locked in there with the core. We can tap 1 foot and tap the other. Lovely. So once we've done both legs, then the arm goes up overhead and lifts, and back to the legs. One leg, other leg, and arms. Nice. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. And then up and back. You got it. Nice and slow and controlled. And up. That's it. Lovely. All 3 moves is 1 rep. Let's do 2 more reps. You're doing great here. And up. 1 more. Lots of breath. And up. Lovely. Bring the weight down to the belly. Roll yourself up. And let's come up to standing. Well done. So let's work the biceps now. Those 2 medium weights will suffice. If you want to go a little heavier, you can, but just be aware we are going to be going double armed today. So lots of reps, medium weight is better. So we're in that strong set position again, rolling those shoulders up, back and down, chest high, and double armed bicep curls. So keeping the biceps, keeping the elbows glued to the side of the body. We can rotate through those plates as we go. That's it. Lifting and lowering. It's just that nice slow tempo to get us started, to get those muscles on the fronts of the arms working. Reggie. There we go. Lovely. All right, let's change the tempo. Let's come up fast and then come down slow. And up fast and down slow. So you want that full extension, full arm all the way to the end. Up and keep that body nice and still. Good. Down slow. Up, down slow. Good. 2 more. Up, down slow. And up and down slow. Good. Let's return to the rows. So with these lovely medium weights, we're going to have an underhand grip. We're going to hinge again and pull back. And we're going to stay down for another 7. So keep that body locked in here. Pulling back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, but now the biceps are having to do a lot of the work here. Good. Lovely. 2 more. And last one. Lovely. Standing up for 1 more set of bicep curls. This time up for 2 and down for 2. So a little bit faster than what we were going before. We're really squeezing as many reps as we can in here today, keeping that body nice and still. And move at a pace that works for you, but it does need to be challenging. Good. Lifting and lowering. Good. Chest is still high. We're still strong and grounded here. Wrists are nice and neutral. That's it. Good. Oof, we do 4 more of these, so we're nearly there. Lift and lower. Lovely. 2 more. Oh, I'm going to feel this later. Beautiful. Well done. Let's get rid of the weights. Bang on now. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's do our stretching. Just move all these dumbbells out of the way. So we'll start with the biceps as we just filled them full of blood. Arm comes forwards with the palm facing up and the hand pushes down on those fingers. So opening out through the front of the arm and just holding it there, giving that bicep a chance to stretch. Lovely. Let's swap over to the other side. You can shake the arms out if you want. So palm up. Let's Give you a nice stretch in the wrist as well, which can feel really nice, but don't force it. I think I'm going to go out and stand in the rain later. It's just like so nice to see it. Rotate through those wrists. I'm only going to come down to the floor so you can see me. You can stay standing up. Let's stretch the triceps. So one arm comes up overhead, take a hold of the elbow. And if it feels good, you can go into a gentle side bend away from the elbow that we're stretching. That'll start to stretch the upper back as well. And then come back up to center and swap over. So to the other side. And adding that side bend if it feels good. Oh, I can always get a click when I do this. Right, let's open out, and now we're going to stretch the chest. So trying to reach the arms behind you as far as you can. Good. And then we're going to bring the hands forwards to stretch the back, clasp them, and we round through the back, diving the head down, pulling the shoulder blades apart here. Good. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Let's do a little torso twist. That upper back, that's a good stretch. Let's stretch the mid back. So soften through the knees, wrap your arms around your thighs. And you can clasp the hands, interlace them, and try and pull yourself away. This will give you that mid-back stretch. Nice. We're not coming up from here, so bring the hands down to the floor, and then come down to the floor for that 90-90 hip stretch. For those glutes, the front foot is flexed. Ah, Reggie. Hands frame the foot. And the chest can come down towards the knee. Only go down as far as feels comfy for you or feels right for you. And giving these big muscles in the back of the body the time they deserve to get a good stretch. Now you may feel this in the lower back a little bit as well, which is totally fine. And if you want to have a little wiggle, you might be able to feel it in different parts of the glute. All right, up and over to the other side. Coming up and over. Keeping that front foot flexed. Lifting through the chest and folding forwards. I'm not going to fold forwards because this is my bionic hip. So just following the words. That's it. And if a wiggle feels good, remember, there's always an option as well, just to feel bits into that lower back. Lovely. Then coming up very briefly, let's come into a 90-90 lunge. Come forwards to stretch the hip flexor and keep the feet where they are, but straighten that front leg and send the hips back. Toes can come up. This is going to give us a hamstring stretch. And then swapping over to the other side. Same thing, 90-90 lunge. Inhale, and as you exhale, come a little further forwards just to stretch the hip flexor. That's the front of the hip. Inhale, and then as you exhale, coming back into the hamstring stretch. That's nice. And of course this is now a good position to come up to standing. And then we can do our torso twist again. And big roll through those shoulders. Big shake through the body. And we're done. So well done. And thank you for coming.
Thank you. It's great. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure.
Have a good day.
You too. Enjoy the rain.
Reggie's gone now, sadly. He came to cause chaos in both classes.
Well, I saw him, so it was all good.
Oh, good.
See you, Penny. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.